I'm Anil Kumar, sharing with you some word problems on linear applications. In this series, we'll have different types of scenarios. Here is the one based on wages. Workers at a laboratory get same raise each year. Mark has been working for 5 years at the lab and earns $17.25 per hour. Peter has been working in the lab for 1 year, earns $14.25 per hour. The equation relating wage and number of years worked is of the form W equals to M times N plus P, where W is the hourly wage, so this is hourly wage, and N is the number of years worked. N is the number of years worked. Find 2 points on this line. Part B is find the slope and y-intercept of this line and explain what that means. Now let's answer the first question, which is find 2 points on this line. Now let's look into the relation which is given to us as wages W is equals to M into N plus B. Now from here we know N is the independent variable and W is the dependent variable. So wages is dependent on the number of years worked, right? Now if you read this carefully, you see Mark is there for 5 years and the wages are 17.25. So 1 point is represented by wages of Mark, right? So let me call this point as M, and I will say independent variable is N, the number of years, right? So we'll write 5 first. 5, and the wages, hourly wages, 17.25. The other point is the Peter's wages, P, let us say P, has been working for a year and the wages are 14.25 per hour. So these two are the points which could be represented on the linear equation W equals to Mn plus P, right? Now the second part of this is find the slope and y-intercept of this line and explain what they mean. Now if you compare this equation with y equals to mx plus b, slope is m. So we need to find m, and we also need to find b, the y-intercept, right? Now the y-intercept is being called the w-intercept. So we need to find the slope and w-intercept. W-intercept will mean that if number of years worked is 0, then what is the value of W? That means for a person who joins recently, right? So we'll write the meaning here. W-intercept means wages of just joining to work at lab, right? So that is that, and find the slope. Slope is m. So in this case, slope will represent rate of increase of wages per year, right? So it is rate of increase in wages per year. So that is how you could explain these terms, and now let us see how to find them. Now from these 2 points we could actually substitute here and find the 2 unknowns, which are m and b, right? So let us create the 2 equations. I will actually use the space which we have right there. So in this equation, n is 5, w is 17.25, so I could write this equation as 17.25 is equal to, I'm substituting n with 5, so I get m times 5 plus b. So this is my first equation. The other equation will be using the other point. So the wages are 14.25 equals to m times 1 plus b, right? So from these 2 points, I get 2 equations. Let me call them as equation 1 and equation 2. Okay. Now what happens when I do 1 minus 2? So I'm just continuing my solution here. So if I do equation 1 minus equation 2, then what do we get? 17.25 take away 14.25 results into 3.00, right? And that gives you 5m minus 1m, that is 4m, right? 4m. B minus b is 0. Do you get that? So what I've done here is, just to use my space, I created these 2 equations from these 2 points and then subtracted one from the other, eliminating one of the unknowns and finding the value of the other. Do you see that? Now we could divide by 4 both sides, so we get 3 divided by 4 equals to m, and when you divide 3 by 4 we get 0.75. Is that okay? So the value is 3 over 4 or 0.75. So we have found the value of m, and that is the slope. So slope is rate of change in wages, and in our case we have to find this value. It is equal to in dollars 0.75, right, per year. So many dollars per year. So every year the wages will increase by 75 cents. That's what it means. Now once you find the value of m, you can substitute this value in any one of your equations and then find y-intercept b, right? So let me call this equation as 3. Now we'll sub 3 in equation 2 is simpler to solve. So that is why we are taking 2 now. So m is 0.75, which I'm substituting here. So what we have here is 14.25 equals to, instead of m, I'm writing 0.75. 0.75, no need to write 1, it is same thing, plus b, right? Rearranging, we get the value of b, which is 14.25 minus 0.75, correct? Equals to b. You can always use the calculator to answer, and from here we get 13.50, right? So it is $13. We have to borrow 1 from here, $13.50. So 13.50 is what b is. That means we have found the w-intercept in this case, which is 13.50. Let me write down here $13.50. So $13.50 is w-intercept, which is wages of person just joining to work at the lab, right? So we get 2 answers here. First one is slope. So slope is equals to 3 over 4 or 0.75. I should write dollars. Let me write down the units like this. Dollars per hour. Is it okay? And the other one is the w-intercept, and that is equal to $13.50, right? I hope the steps are very clear. This is a very simple way of solving this equation. Go through these, as sometimes it could be confusing. I'm Anil Kumar, and I hope that helped. You can always share and subscribe to my videos. Feel free to post questions, and if you like, put some likes. Thank you, and all the best.